C3ai had a great third quarter. All these numbers exceeded our guidance and exceeded analyst consensus. This is the 13th consecutive quarter as a public company in which we have met or exceeded our revenue guidance range. None of this should have come as a surprise. The enterprise AI market is on fire. Cloud infrastructure is scaling rapidly. NVIDIA grew 265% year over year. Now, some believe that this capacity is being built to use LLMs to write Christmas cards in the style of Charles Dickens, and write college application essays to Yale. But that's simply not the case. This capacity is being built to run enterprise AI applications, and that is what we do at C3ai. So as we power into 2024 and 2025, the world is very much coming our way. The market interest in enterprise AI is staggering. Virtually all commercial, military, and government organizations are focused today on leveraging AI to improve their operations, optimize their processes, and transform their businesses. Our qualified opportunity pipeline has increased by 73% from a year ago. Bottom line, the market demand for enterprise AI products is overwhelming. State and local government had a huge quarter, generating 29% of our bookings. Our U.S. federal business continues to show significant strength. Third quarter revenue was up over 100% year over year, and bookings were up 85%. We signed new and expansion agreements with the Missile Defense Agency, the Department of Defense, the United States Air Force, and the U.S. intelligence community. You'll recall that 6 quarters ago, we changed our go-to-market model from leading with a subscription-based pricing model to leading with a consumption-based pricing model. The general idea being that rather than people licensing $10, $20, $30, $40, $50 million up front, they would simply do a pilot project for, say, $500,000 for 6 months. And if the customer likes it, they could keep it. And this clearly and substantially lowered the price barrier for companies to engage with us. And we've seen this now in the size, the number of deals that we close each quarter, the size of the transaction that we're doing. It's been very effective. Now, when we began the transition, we assumed that virtually almost all pilots actually would convert to month-to-month, pay-as-you-go, consumption-based pricing. Counterintuitively, it hasn't quite worked out that way, and the empirical data show that the majority of our customers are choosing to sign multi-year subscription contracts rather than, after the trial, they have the option, and they're choosing to sign multi-year subscription contracts rather than month-to-month pay-as-you-go, as it offers them a more predictable cost model at large scale. We made a well-considered decision to accelerate our investments in generative AI. As a result of that investment, our web page views are up 57% year over year in Q3. Our organic search traffic is up 68%, and our unique visitors to our website are up an eye-popping 230%.
As a reminder, we continue to expect short-term pressure on our gross margins due to higher mix of pilots, which carry a greater cost of revenue during the pilot phase of the customer lifecycle. Also, as we discussed last quarter, we expect short-term pressure on our operating margin due to the investments we're making in generative AI and upgrading customers to our platform version 8.3. Our customer engagement count for the quarter was 445, an 80.2% increase from 247 a year ago.
Because our customers are going to say what the productivity increases they're getting are. I mean, Shell has stood up and said they're getting $2 billion in economic benefit. Okay. The United States Air Force has stood up and said that they're getting a 25% increase in aircraft availability, from our predictive maintenance application that's deployed as a standard in the Air Force. So these are examples in both those areas. And I don't know how big this generative AI thing is, but it's bigger than a bedbox, I can tell you that. Okay, well, RAG usually, what we're referring to is a technology that allows the answer to be traceable. Okay, that allows you to, so when you ask the question, it tells you where the answer comes from. And most large language models will not do that. We're able to solve the generative AI equation in a highly differentiated manner. Okay, the C3ai generative AI, when we simply generate, all the answers are deterministic, not random. That means every time you ask the same question, you get the same answer. Go on to Bard or go on to ChatGPT. It doesn't work that way. Every time you ask if two people ask the same question, you get different answers, okay? Secondly, everything that we do is traceable, okay? And this is where we use a RAG, retrieval augmented generation technology, so we know exactly where the answer came from, okay? And most large language models will not do that. Almost all of these other LLM solutions, whether they come from OpenAI or Anthropic or Google or whoever they might be, they are LLM specific. Our answer is we're LLM agnostic. So you can change out the large language model every week as these guys out-innovate each other. And for any one of those reasons I mentioned, okay, that system does not get installed at Goldman Sachs, does not get involved at Morgan Stanley, okay, Koch Industries, United States Air Force, or the CIA. That dog doesn't hunt, and ours does. That's the difference.